It is currently 11:42 in the morning on May 19, 2065. I am with a group of other rebels who barricaded ourselves within the Techly building, a government-backed technology company. I don't know how much time we have until they find us and force us out of here. We're making headlines across the country, and I feel like we're about to uncover some dark secrets about this company. My name is Jacob, and I was born 17 years ago in New York City, which was nothing like it is today. My dad worked multiple jobs in retail, and my mom was a factory worker. I wouldn't say I grew up poor, but I also wasn't rich. For the first 10 years of my life, I grew up comfortably. I had a lot of friends, and my neighborhood was alive. I remember robots in their infancy, going to watch robotic fights with my dad. Life felt good, and the future seemed bright. The air quality in New York City is actually a lot better than it was 30 years ago, as the ban on fossil fuels as well as development of 3D printed food really fixed our air pollution. There were microchips that were marketed to the public as essential devices like a cell phone that would make it easier to communicate and complete transactions faster and more securely, or so they say. And the release of robotic companions that we thought would make our lives that much easier. We had all these huge innovations that we thought would advance our society, but instead, it separated us more than ever. Of course, my family couldn't afford any of these technologies. Robots took over both my parents' jobs as well as thousands of other Americans. The government barely helped those suffering, offering food rations for 3D printers that some families didn't even have. When I reached 12 years old, my family couldn't even afford living in the city anymore. We decided to move to the outskirts with other families just like us and form a community. Our little community had robots that were fixed up by scrappers. These robots were thrown out to release newer versions. People like us lived in our little communities using limited technology compared to the rest of the world. I would visit the city now and then, and it looks nothing like it did when I was growing up. There's now a robotic police force to deal with the rampant crime. When I walked in the city, I passed by one of the largest buildings, the Techly building. This building just looks evil, and it's home to one of the largest developers of our modern-day robots. The government has used Techly's technology to develop their arsenal of military robots. They also developed cybernetic implants, and some are used as weapons. This led to deadlier wars and a dangerous world. We're tired of seeing the rich boast their lavish lifestyle while they gain exponentially more wealth while people like us are thrown to the side. This is why we're organizing a coup at the Techly building. In exactly 10 days, we're going to storm this building to send a message to the government and uncover what they're hiding.
Good evening, everyone. We have a lot of news to cover today. Our top story, an attempted robbery at Techly. Earlier today at around 11:30 in the morning, a group of armed criminals broke into the Techly headquarters located in the Lower East Side. Witnesses say they saw a group of people barge in right through the front doors and immediately destroy two robotic guards with some sort of cybernetic implant. Their motive seemed to be a robbery according to a source directly from Techly. What doesn't appear to be clear is why they decided to barricade themselves inside. The group has all been arrested, but their identities still haven't been released. Thankfully, no humans were hurt.